All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Friday, and it is Octane Friday. Yep. I am minus my jacket because it's all shirt today because we are talking about the band Metallica. Now, I am late to this game this week because the coverage has already been going on all week. It's all over my Twitter feed. And if Steve Colbert has Metallica on, then you know even the people who are not fans are going to be aware that they played on his show. So yes, I am late to this, but I had to wait for Octane Friday. But they had a huge anniversary this week. For those of you that know, it's the 35th anniversary of what is called by pretty much all the experts a masterpiece, the gold standard of thrash metal, one of the greatest metal albums of all time. March 3rd, 1986, Master of Puppets, their third studio album, the last one to feature Cliff Burton. This record is basically, like I said, they are saying one of the greatest. You know, if you want to say metal, you could call it metal, but really thrash metal, you say, Mark, what's thrash metal? If you're not aware, thrash metal, much faster speed guitars, just the pace is just insane. And with this particular record, they did some things a little differently than what they did on their first two records. This went to number 28 on the Billboard charts. It spent 72 weeks on the charts, and the critics loved it. I mean, there was no radio play, no videos, and they sold 500,000 copies the first year. All word of mouth, right? That's pretty amazing. I mean, I'm not sure when Headbangers Ball started on MTV, but that was on at what, midnight? That's when you could maybe see a Metallica video, but maybe that wasn't even until 87 or 8 or 9. Metallica put out Kill 'Em All in 83, pure thrash metal. 84, Ride the Lightning, a little more sophisticated, and then bigger venues for them. This got them a lot of attention. Started playing bigger venues. They hit the Monsters of Rock in 85 with Bon Jovi and Rat in front of 70,000 people at Castle Donington, and then they went to record this record. They tried recording in the United States for whatever reason. I haven't really been able to figure this out, but they seem to say the acoustics in any of the recording studios in the United States they did not care for. So what they picked up and they went overseas to Denmark and they recorded it there. I read somewhere that Geddy Lee of Rush was almost the producer of this record. I wonder what that would have sounded like. Think about 86 and the metal scene. You had Megadeth, Peace Sells But Who's Dying, Slayer, Rain and Blood, Anthrax, soon thereafter 87, Among the Living. I mean, this is just a huge time for metal as far as thrash becoming a little more mainstream. I can't say I heard of Metallica in 1986. I was too busy listening to Thompson Twins and Talking Heads, and maybe my heavy stuff was Motley Crue. Throw in some Home Sweet Home there, some Ozzy Osbourne, but that's like metal light, right? So Rat, all that stuff. I thought it was heavy, but really, the first time I heard Metallica was the video for One on Headbangers Ball. I remember where I was. I remember everything about it. I remember being like, what is this? I love this. And that was probably not until 87 or 88. So I don't know who was listening to Metallica in 1986. I mean, I know who you are out there, some of you, but it was not being played in my circle of music taste. I would not become a big Metallica fan till later, and then I would go back in their catalog. There is a second wave of thrash metal, late 80s, and I got into all that stuff too. So we're talking bands like Sepultura, Chaos AD, love that album, Death Angel, Seemingly Endless Time, Pantera, Testament. I mean, there was this album just brought those bands as a second wave, like I said. So huge influence. This particular record is just unbelievable. What they did with this record is they basically made it so that you could sing to this really heavy metal music. You actually had some melodies in there, and you actually wanted to sing Master of Puppets, Battery. I mean, and there's not a bad song on this record. Consequence of Sound, I read an article on there, and they basically said this is a perfect album, one of the most perfect albums in rock history. All killer, no filler. You have to listen to the whole thing. There is not a throwaway piece on this record. Even the album cover is epic. What are we talking about for songs? Battery, Master of Puppets, The Things That Should Not Be, Welcome Home, Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion, and Damage Incorporated. This thing will just melt your face off, and you will love every minute of it. How many of you actually listened to this whole record? I want to know. Some of you, do you just know Battery and Master of Puppets? Do you remember Master of Puppets from the song, from the movie Old School? But this is some excellent music, and if you have the guts this weekend, you're going to play this record, the whole thing. You're going to play Master of Puppets, Metallica. I want someone out there who's never listened to it before to throw it in and listen to it beginning to end and tell me, what did you think? I dare you. I double dog dare you to be the one to volunteer to do that. All right, you've got your mission. If you're a fan, I mean, I'm not really worthy here because I am a fan, but there are bigger fans in this crowd who can speak more to just how good this record is. So I want to hear from you all about how this affected your musical listening styles, what you think about this record, what it did for you. I know who you are. I know you're out there, but surprise me, some of you. All right, Metallica, Master of Puppets. Song of the day. What are you going to do, Mark? It's Battery. I mean, it's got to be Battery. It could be Master of Puppets, but it's got to be Battery for me. So we're going to post that below. We'll even post the Colbert version just so you can see what they did last night. But they are awesome in concert. I've seen them a few times. And hopefully 2022, concert's back. We're just going to go. We're going to see them all. We're going to do it. We're just going to all we're going to do is just see concerts. I think that's the 2022's theme. All right, we're at 7.5 minutes. Enjoy your Friday, Octane Friday. Great weekend coming up. Whew. Metallica, can't go wrong. Have a good one, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.